All right, peace, love, and light. This is just going to be a collective tarot reading. Take it however it resonates. If you want to book a personal reading with me or see more tarot, all of that information is, as always, in the description below. So go ahead and check that out by clicking the title. And while you're there, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I am going to shuffle up our cards and say our prayer, and then we shall begin. So sorry. Dear the Divine God, our Holy Father, Yahweh, and our angels, thank you for being the highest form of good in our lives, for keeping our heads on straight and straying us away from negativity as best as possible. And thank you to the angels for the assistance they have brought today and assistance they'll bring tonight. Right now, I'm asking that you bless and protect this space as well as the viewers, and myself. To ground us in your energy, Lord, so that way we know what messages to receive and to gift us the keen discernment to know what to do with the knowledge received as well. Please grant us the ability to keep our personal opinion and bias to the side if you so choose, the strength to continue on, and the clarity needed to focus. And anything else that you deem worthy for this reading, please allow us to be the vessels to receive and deliver. Amen. All right, so I wanted to pull out my oracle cards, but I don't have none that's appropriate for this reading, so please bear with me. All I have is these tarot cards. So, first card out is the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So the Queen of Cups it's in the reverse, and she is up in the clouds. She's daydreaming. She is thinking of a reality that is a better experience for her internal self than the one that she has. Usually this has to do with you mishandling yourself and not expressing yourself in proper moments properly. But let's see, because we do have the King of Cups, and he is in the upright. The King of Cups is in enjoyment. The Eight of Cups in the reverse. Moving forward but not letting go. And then the Six of Swords. Obtainment, enjoyment, not letting go, but moving forward. The dreams of the reality that you had before, the past experiences of your life that you have obtained, that you want to obtain, rather, you're not leaving from them. You're not letting them go. You're not moving on. You want this reality to occur still. And it's funny because the message that I just formulated to say goes with this Fool card that I picked up, that I had put aside for Yahweh to read. Sometimes when we leave certain areas and stages and places in our life, sometimes when we advance or evolve or move on, we want to let everything go, but something keeps calling us back to it. And the thing that is calling us back to it is something that we must carry for the rest of our life. We must bring what is left behind onto our journey moving forward. What are you going to pack with you as you are evolving, as you are moving on? What are you going to take with you? Oftentimes, more than not, a lot of people, when they are experiencing change, evolution, and growth, they tend to but they tend to leave a bunch of pieces of themselves behind. And then they go so far on their journey away from the type of behavior that they once held before and core principles of self that they left behind, that they wind up growing into a depression. And that depression is caused because you have left a piece of your natural self behind. You have left a piece of your natural self behind, and you need to obtain it. You got to go get it. You're not prepared for the fool's journey. You're not ready. You're soaking in the breeze. But it's not reaching your internal self. And it's because you're mad, you're angry. Your spirit is pissed off. But it's making you realize who you are. I can just feel in this reading that something is missing for you guys. And it's whatever you are thinking about leaving behind. And it is a way of behavior. It is not a person, place, or thing. It is a way of behavior. Yeah, so you got to get it back. Death in the reverse. It's a rebirth. It's going to come back to you, even if you even if you don't go back to a certain way of behavior that is calling you to emerge because you miss certain things about the lifestyle that it acquired for you. Even if you don't go back to it, it's going to rebirth itself in your life. Yeah, it's going to rebirth itself in your life. And it's going to come in when you are accepting and okay with the activities that you are doing. It's a loss of a society for you. And then you have the Lovers here. You want to be admired. You want to obtain someone who admires you. You want to be in, I want to call it admirance, but really it's just you want to be in this state of admiring life, love, joy, happiness, Yahweh. You want to admire the world. You were like this once. Death in the reverse is birth. Anytime that you become a new person, you enter into this state and you just don't know how to maintain it and you just don't know how to keep it, which sends you into this state and feeling of enjoyment that we have here with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, where we're just like, oh, life is fine, things are well, I am doing good, and we're just letting reality pass us by. We're not really experiencing it, and we are moving with the Joneses. You know how they say keeping up with the Joneses? You're moving with the Joneses. You're staying in that upbeat. You're going. You're staying in that upbeat. 10, 11, as I said that's 111, which is 3. Ascended Master, which is telling me you are you're the master of that way of being, meaning you know all that the experience can bring you, and you know all that you can bring the experience. There's nothing more for you to learn. There's nothing more for you to do. There's nothing more for you to say. And you have to move on. This reminds me of a story back when I first started spirituality for myself. My angels had came around and they had told me, yo, Monique, you got to move on. You can't keep doing the same stuff. I'm sorry, it was my guides that told me. But there was like, you can't keep doing the same stuff. 11:11, as I say that. You have to move on. You keep coming back to the same experience of life because you love the teachings, the lesson, and the way that you develop your expression as a result that this class in life has given you. But, I almost wiped my makeup off. But it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to ascend. It's time for you to go. I remember them telling me that, Monique, you have taken this class in life so much that now you have to have the job as a teacher of it. And it's only because you won't leave from that student position. What's going on with you is that you love this life that you are experiencing so much and so well, that you have experienced every position of it that can be. And what your angels, your guides, and Yahweh is trying to do is trying to get you to leave the classroom so that way you don't begin to hate. That way you don't begin to not like. That way you can still keep and always come back to, in a visiting manner, this experience of life in this class, in this lesson, in this teaching, or whatever the situation may be. It's time to accept it. 1313, as I'm saying that, angel numbers is on point today. It's time to accept it, that it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to move forward. And we're not saying that you have to let go of everything that it has taught you. Pick up all that stuff and go to the next experience. And what you don't know is going to happen is that when you reach that next class, when you reach that next level or that next grade of life, all that you have learned from experiencing the style of life that you have experienced before is going to express itself so beautifully that you are going to get the community that you have been craving for. The problem is you cannot get that community that you have been craving for in that experience that you have been in because there's no one to relate to you in that experience. There's no more relating that you can have. You can't obtain the friends because everybody in that experience is not wanting to be as wise in it as you. So now when you elevate and you grow and you move on and move forward to another class, which is the class of wisdom, you are so educated in that form of life that when you share your wisdom with others, you are getting and receiving the experiences that you want them to produce towards you. that you get happy. You want to teach the ones who do not know. But guess what? It's not only the newbies in that previous class that you were in that do not know. It is also the people who are wise, the people who are smart, and the people who are intelligent in things that are other than that class that you just left behind. A suburban baby don't know nothing about the hood, and you can teach them that. A rich billionaire can never experience poverty. You can teach them that. A politician will never know the true life of the religious person until they are taught by someone who has lived that life on how to relinquish their own way. There is so much help that can be provided from you that is being held up in life because you won't leave. I have to tell this story because it is a forewarning and an omen to you. I had a cousin. He was a drug dealer in the city. And he winded up passing away. And I had told him before he passed away that the streets was testing him. And the streets was telling him that if he does not elevate, if he does not grow, if he decides to stay in this same position, he will have to die because he's holding up space for others to come. One thing that Yahweh does not do is waste. He does not waste. And on this planet where incarnation, which is a form of being born, is always running and always active. What do they say? Every 3 seconds or something a baby is born, and every 3 seconds a person dies or something like that. And it's always equivalent and equal, and sometimes very seldom, but it's beginning to increase. Yahweh runs into a problem where there are people who just do not want to grow, move, or change the position that they are in. And what does Yahweh have to do? Take them out. And I know it sounds unfair because it's like, oh my God, why can't I stay here for the rest of my existence? Why do I have to change? Why do I have to grow? Why do I have to be someone else? Why do I have to move? I see all of these other people doing the same shit every day. Why can't I do it too? It's because you have obtained all that Yahweh can give for the position that you are in. And it's not you have obtained all that Yahweh can give you. You have obtained all that Yahweh can give for that position. For whatever position you are in life, there are 109 lessons that can be taken. It's 306,002 ways. You got all 306,002 ways of those 109 lessons, baby. There's nothing else that he can do. And since he cannot leave you, because he will not leave you, and that is something that his emotions cannot do, he has to take you with him as he goes. So what happens more oftentimes than not is that person passes away and they're reborn so that way they can get the new experience and still be taken care of and handled and cared for by the hands of Yahweh. You got to move on to your next spot. You want to move on to your next spot. And the only thing that is holding you back is what? We're about to see. We are about to see. Anger and frustration. All I hear is Yahweh saying they want to grow so bad. They want to grow so bad. This is in the style of a kid who's about 6-7 years old, but does not want to leave behind the playpen that they grew up in. You big as hell. You big as hell. You can't fit in that playpen no more. It hurts you, and we tired of you crying because you want to keep going to the playpen. You want to keep climbing in there and trying to make your everything work. Your neck stiff. You about to be walking around looking like Shamar because you don't want to leave the playpen. You're grown. You're grown. And what's angering Yahweh is that you are pissed off because the classroom of life that you are in is too damn small for you. You keep going back to kindergarten and getting upset that the chairs are small. Baby, you're not supposed to be there. You 6. You're 6. You're 7. That's 2nd, 3rd grade, not 1st. You got to move on. You got to move on. There's also a problem here of fear. And that's the thing. So for those of you that are trapped in a position of life, what you are feeling is death coming towards you. We got the card out. The actual person, like the actual reaper, is coming to collect your ass. And you're getting scared. And because you did not get out of the classroom that you are in, you don't have the lessons that are needed for you to know how to react and respond when death comes around. And we're not talking about, oh, this phase of your life is ending. No, your physical life is ending, hon. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. And I hope that you have at least a little bit of spiritual inclining, because you can then feel the actual Grim Reaper in your aura, in your environment, in your body. For somebody that can physically see people that are not there, and you see that man with the hood, and he don't have his scythe yet, the little sword thing that they usually have, he don't have it yet. But when he gets it, it's time for you to go. And he feels all the fear coming off of you because you've never experienced this before. What do you mean the Grim Reaper is after me, baby? Yes, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You got to. And I can hear my cousin now. He's like, Monique, what is it? Like, I don't understand why I need to leave. I don't understand why I have to stop experiencing the life that I am experiencing. There are multiple pieces of the self: the spirit, the soul, the body, and the consciousness that resides within. Your body says you want to go because you don't even get up in the same energy that you used to attend the same events. You are constantly pushing out fatigue, tired, exhaustion, and also the chemical that produces death. Your spirit doesn't want to go because you can't even keep up a conversation in that environment anymore because you don't want to talk about the same shit that they talk about and it's new to them. So you know they hyper souped up on it and don't want to let it go. You don't want to have those type of conversations anymore. Your soul wants to go. And it's bothering you because your soul comes to you and speaks all of that hatred that you hear about the experience that you love. They're tired of looking at the same shit and doing the same shit every day. But you, as the consciousness that resides within, is not used to making decisions. You, as the consciousness that resides within, is not used to making decisions. So now that they're saying, hey, yo, your body, your spirit, and your soul is saying, yo, look, I love this too much to actually leave, but we need to go because I'm starting to hate it and I don't want to finally, I don't want the ending of this relationship with this experience of life to be final. I don't want to experience never coming back to it. So can we leave? Can you help yourself in this moment? Can you, as the consciousness within, say, I don't want to, whenever the activities come around? Can you join the union that your body, your spirit, and your soul has formed? And say no to it. You got to let it go. You got to. What more is there to come from it? What less is there to come from it? What experience can you continuously have and say, I am good with what comes from it? What I am realizing, and Yahweh is realizing right now, is that you guys never found your home within that classroom or within that position. It's like every time you came to that class, you got a new seat, which is what showed you all of the ins and outs and perceptions and stuff. And this is a home for you. It's not the home, but it's a home for you. Where's your seat? Where's your position? Because that is the only healthy spot that you can ever have. And it also allows you to branch out and explore that new stuff. So you need to find your home. Hanged Man in the Ten of Cups is what I've been holding on to. It's been right in front of my face. Hanged Man in the Ten of Cups. Hanged Man is gaining enlightenment. You're having a revelation. Ten of Cups is happiness. You are happy about the revelation that you just had. You need to find your home, to find your spot in that experience of life that is the most comfortable and most content for you. Eight of Wands incoming. You was headed towards, the birth, because it's death in the reverse. You're headed towards a birth. A whole new being of expression. Yes, Seven of Wands with valor. A whole new being of expression is going to emerge from you once you find your permanent position in that way of experiencing life. And being in that environment will no longer be a burden to you. And you also will be allowed to rest. You will be allowed to receive. And you will be allowed to be well. So, if you don't find your home and decide to stay, you're going to physically die. If you don't find... Where the fuck I put these? Oh. If you find your home in this space and move and stay within it, you're going to grow and expand. And if you move out of the class, you can always come back and visit and be okay. But you'll always feel that death because you didn't find your home position. So I'm going to pull one last card just to get a final message. Eagle. I feel like that's direction, and I don't really want that message. And I don't want the curse. Ah, see, this is what happens when you don't have the cards that you need. This is what happens. I cannot get the message that I want to give. This is the oh shit. Passion, Middle Earth is home, wild woman. Your passion will help you express yourself in that home place that you are searching for. So we're going to read the eagle because that's from Yahweh. It is time to see through the eyes of eagle. Let your vision of the whole and of its parts become laser-like and set your priorities straight. What did you come to do in this life? Did you come to climb up the ladder of financial or social success? Did you come to become a better person, to heal your heart and to realize your essential self? What is your divine mission here on earth? No more excuses. Of course, you do not have enough time, enough money, or enough sleep. Yet the time is now to fly to your chosen purpose. If you postpone it, you are betraying yourself. Look through the eyes of eagle and consider every obstacle and opportunity. Where you set your intention is where you'll end up. Free yourself and live your highest destiny. Fly. The eagle comes from the east, the place of the rising sun, of new beginnings. She soars higher in the sky, sees the smallest detail with clarity without losing track of the bigger picture, and nests in the high mountains. For eagle, there are no obstacles, only opportunities. She calls you to ascend to acquire perspective, so you can fly wing to wing with great spirit. What is your space in that life that connects you to God? How can He assist those around you through you? How can you guys elevate that class of life together? How can y'all be great? That's all that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me or see more tarot, all of that information is as always in the description below. So go ahead and check that out by clicking on the title. And while you're there, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Peace, love, and light. And as always, be great.